Hey, just making a quick follow-up video to my Claude Dev versus Cursor Composer Parallax build video. So my game plan here is OpenAI just released their newest model, which is no longer a GPT. This one is called O1 Preview. So it's on chatgpt.com still, but it's not a GPT. And this one uses advanced reasoning. There's also O1 Mini, which is faster at reasoning. So what I want to do is make a follow-up video to my last video where I used Visual Studio with Claude Dev, which uses Claude 3.5 Sonnet. And then I used Cursor Composer, which also uses 3.5 Sonnet Claude as the model. And now what I'm gonna do, this is gonna be my first time using O1 Preview, but basically I'm gonna give O1 Preview the same prompt that I gave to both of those Claude models inside of Composer and inside of Cursor Composer and inside of Claude Dev in Visual Studio, right? I want to give the same prompt to OpenAI O1 Preview. The rate limits are 30 messages and 50 messages. And I think is that weekly? Oh, weekly. Okay. So there's weekly rate limits of 30 messages for O1 Preview and 50 for O1 Mini. I have the ChatGPT Plus. I'm paying 20 bucks a month for that. And the weekly rate limit is 30 messages. So this thing is advanced at reasoning. It's called OpenAI O1 Mini and OpenAI O1 Preview. This model spends more time thinking through problems before they respond. Okay? The O1 series excels at accurately generating and debugging complex code. OpenAI O1 Mini is particularly effective at coding. 80% cheaper than O1 Preview. Wow, interesting. I'm gonna test both of them. This is gonna be my first time using O1 Preview and O1 Mini on chatgpt.com, but it's not a GPT. Let's see if I can find any. Fireship just released a video about this O1, and it's a deep thinking or deep reasoning model. He says it's not just another GPT, right? So this one uses advanced reasoning. Anyway, let's get to it. I'm gonna build these folders really quick and kind of show you what we're working with. Here's what the folder looked like in VS Code. We had background text and trees, and we wanted to do a parallax effect. And this is the effect that we came up with, right? It's a parallax effect. It shows a second scroll bar, which is obviously not, you can't ship that, all right? We could easily remove that. So we will remove it. If we wanted to, we would remove it. Anyway, so what I want to show you is I want to build this parallax effect, but I want to do it with the new model O1. The only issue is that, like, when I'm using Claude Dev, I can give it context of the folder that it's in, right? So the directory is available to the Claude Dev. When I'm using the OpenAI 01 model, I'm not able to give it the context of a folder. I'm just gonna have to explain to it, hey, we have an IMG folder. Inside of that folder is background text and trees, right? That way it can build the project with that. And I'm gonna ask it to generate all the files that I'll need to test it, to have a working copy. So I will have to manipulate a little bit of the prompt, right? So I'm going to use a majority of the first prompt that I used. VS Code, we also did this in Cursor. What I'm going to do now is copy this folder, remove the scripts and files. So I created this O1 test folder, okay? And basically it just has an image folder and it has my 3 images. So I have O1 Mini, O1 Preview, they're set up the same way. Now I'm gonna copy my prompt over. Okay, so this is the prompt that I used last time, right? I'm just gonna jump in real quick to Notepad and read this out. I want you to create me a web page that has a parallax effect. There are 3 layers in the background. Background layer is a picture of a mountain. It is called background PNG. Okay, so let's just make these more accurate so I don't have to fix things. So I'm gonna go in here, background PNG. I'm gonna copy the whole name, put it here, okay? I want to do the 3 layers. There's the background layer, picture, okay. There are 3 layers, okay? The background layer is a picture of a mountain. It's called background PNG. It is located in the IMG folder. In the folder named IMG, okay? Background, let's throw these quotes on here. Okay. Where all of the rest of the images are also. There's a layer of text called text PNG. Let's copy the name over. That will be the middle layer. We have a trees. Which is a picture of trees, a foreground picture with a background transparent. Now I want you to create all of the code for me, so when I scroll down the page, these layers move at different speed. You will need to make sure the web page is long enough so I can scroll down. Add the filler to the bottom of the page. It should not affect our parallax effect at all. Okay, so now I manipulated as little of the prompt as I could to keep it, you know, still fair for this project, because this, once again, ChatGPT in their new model, OpenAI 01, does not have access to my folders. Basically, it doesn't have access to my files or folders like VS Code does, right? So VS Code has it, Claude Dev has it, it sees the folders, it has access to everything. This one doesn't. So I had to give it good names, right? So it can't just find the names. And I had to tell it where they were located, right? This needs quotes to be consistent. Now, do I want to tell it, hey, create me one HTML file that houses all of this? Do I want it to tell, hey, make me an HTML page, a CSS file, and a JavaScript file? You know, I didn't do it for the last ones. I'm not going to do it for this one. I want it to be a fair test. So we're just going to copy this directly over. First time using 01 Preview and 01 Mini. I'm going to try Preview first. So I'm just going to paste in my notepad in there. Copy, Control C, and Control V. Well, that's how I sent it here, so I'm going to send it here also. Even though that's obviously a typo, that should be a period. But here we go. First time using 01 Preview, and we're off. This one thinks, right? So this one sits. We could watch what it's doing, I believe. Oh, nice, nice, nice. Building the structure, breaking down the parallax. You see how it's like walking through itself through it. And at the end, it'll tell you how long it had to think of this. I've watched a couple videos on this one. Background layer, middle layer, foreground layer, located in the IMG folder. Here's the HTML and CSS, so in one, and also the JavaScript. Everything's in one. Very easy. It put everything in one, so obviously, you know, you wouldn't want to do this if you were building a website, for example. You don't want to put everything in your index. Back in our 01 Preview folder, and what we're going to do is create a new text document. Oh, I love it. Open that up. Then we're going to paste all of the code from OpenAI 01 Preview. Copy this code, okay? And we're going to paste it into our notepad. Okay, and click Control S to save, right? What did that do? That created this new text document, which is actually an HTML document in disguise. What do we do now? We hit F2, okay? Index.html. Now, when I hit enter, it's gonna change the file type into an HTML, but all an HTML is a text file, okay? With this code inside that's renamed to HTML. So now, the computer knows to interpret it through which program, which is going to be Google Chrome in my instance. It's an HTML file. Check this out. Enter. Change the file extension? Yes, we absolutely want to. It now becomes a Google Chrome file, which when I double click, shows us our index HTML file. And it immediately has the parallax effect. Immediately. Okay, if you want to see how crazy this is compared to Claude 3.5 Sonnet, so please watch my previous video on Claude Dev versus Cursor Composer to see how long it took me to make a parallax website with those options. But this was extremely fast. So immediately, wow. And it's good quality. It's a good quality parallax effect. There's no second scroll bar. Okay, I didn't have to wait around and try it many times. So that was amazing. And I feel like I'm wasting its capabilities by doing this test. Does it say how long it took for it to think? 23 seconds. It had to think about how to do this, and then it came up with just crisp working code. Okay, quick instructions on how to do it. Very nice. Oof. I'm not even gonna waste O1 Mini's time with this. This is incredible. I'm gonna think of something more complex that I can build for you guys. If you have any thoughts, leave me a comment down below on what you'd like to see next, because I love to make these videos when I get a moment of time. This is not what I do in my professional world. So this is just something I do for fun. I want to share the adventure, share the knowledge that I'm learning right now about AI and how to use it for coding and just to create amazing things. So thanks for watching, and good luck with your project.